I know you can see me. Okay. Takes me a second. Oh gosh. Okay. So always scroll up, go through like the first 5 minutes. It's a lot of me letting people in and saying hello. So if you're here watching on replay, scroll. I usually try to post it in the notes when to scroll ahead too. So you're not stuck just watching us get ready. Okay. 10:59. Almost time to go. Hi, you guys.
Hello, happy Wednesday.
Yay, happy Wednesday to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. We can't.
Hey, I just got to fix my camera.
Okay. Hi, John. Hi, Alice. Can't see. Oh, hi, Mikkel.
Here we go.
Oh, hey, Chris. Yay. Chris is with us. Chris is in the house. I'm trying to think whose office is that? Does anybody know? Connecting to audio. Maybe that's Vicky. Vicky was supposed to be on here too. Let me see if I can see.
A plushy chair.
Pardon me?
It's a plushy chair.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Vicky O'Neill.
Let a few more people in. Since I left people out yesterday, that was awful. I couldn't get to Heidi. She tried to join us.
Wow, her office looks way nicer than mine.
Whose office?
Vicky's office with the chair.
Oh,
looks nicer than mine.
that is a nice chair.
Mine's getting old.
How's everybody doing? Okay. Good. Good. It was Vicky. We were admiring your chair. We can't hear you though. We're talking to you. We can't hear you. Wait, let me ask to.
There you go. Now can you?
Oh, we got you. Yeah, we can hear you. We were talking about your chair. Everyone's.
Oh yeah. I went to get coffee. I'm like, oh, that'll be a minute. I'm gonna go grab some more coffee.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry about that.
Okay, great, you guys. This is awesome. Hi, Lisa. I think I said hi to you right away, but you couldn't. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started since it's 11 o'clock, or probably a few minutes after. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to try to follow along. If you guys see questions, I missed kind of some questions yesterday. It's hard for me to read the scrolls because there was lots of conversation going on, which is great. I love you guys that you're talking. But if somebody sees something that you think I should talk about during the program, speak up. All right, because yeah, that's what I really want you guys to do. This is so fun with the Zoom that you can do that. So I'm not too worried about the comments. I like that you guys are talking, it's great. But okay, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you all can see it.
I can see it.
Great. I'm going to try to see as many people as I can. Okay, cool. Maybe. No, I can't see other things. Okay. All right, good. All right. Thanks, you guys. So welcome to day 3. of Thrive and Thrive, transform your business in 5 days or less. So hopefully you're starting to transform your business, right? I'm trying to change your mindset of things that you can and should be doing. So today we're going to talk about your beyond expectations, irresistible offer. All right. So I'm really excited about today because your offer can really make or break your business, right? Whatever you're offering to people can make or break your business. And if I slow down sometimes, it's because I'm letting people in. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So congratulations. We all today. Thank you for coming back. Yesterday was a long day. I'm going to try to keep today under an hour. I'm going to try. But I love that you guys are participating, and I would rather do that and talk to you guys and have the conversations that we had yesterday that extended it than not do that, right? I think you guys, it helps you guys to learn, and hopefully everyone benefits from that. So let me just kind of do a little quick recap of yesterday and the week so far. So your conversations will continue to evolve and grow as you get to know your prospects better, right? So as you learn more and more about your prospects, they'll change. Like the things that you've written down this week will be different 30 days from now. Even if you keep doing what I'm suggesting that you do, you'll learn more and more about them. One thing you need to really think about is keep your message simple, educational, and relevant. I can see now without my glasses. I put my contacts in today. So yesterday I couldn't read my screen with my glasses on. Okay, so update your Facebook page. I know a lot of you are still hesitant to do that, but if you do that, I'm telling you, it's going to make a huge difference in your business. And start to post daily or frequently, let's put it that way. Focus on your tone, a relatable story, and your one-liner marketing message. Okay, so like mine's love your life, crave your business. Whatever that one-liner message is, kind of always add that at the bottom. Mr. Move It probably has a fun message. Mr. Move It, do you have a message that you kind of, what would you say is your primary message?
Inspiration to self-motivation.
Awesome, awesome. So think of whatever your message is, just kind of put something fun just so they get to know you because of how you are, right? It ties to your personality, ties to your business, and ties to their success. It needs to tie to their success. So think about that, okay? So are you getting there? Are you starting to see that you're able to build a business that you've always wanted? Are you starting to see that maybe this could happen? Yes, no, maybe? Can I get a, okay, there you go. Okay, oh, there you go. This way, we'll pump it up. Thanks, Vicki. Okay.
Yes.
Good. All right, so you guys have been working so hard. Are you guys all see everybody? These are our featured guests, and Chris, this was new. Chris was on my last program. This is new. I added in featured guests because I just thought it'd be really fun to kind of follow along on their journeys as we go throughout the week. And I see you guys, and I haven't had a chance to comment on all your posts from yesterday and this morning. You're working really, really hard. And I know people are working behind the scenes too hard and not necessarily putting it on Facebook for me to see. But thanks, you guys. You've had some really good comments. Had some really good conversations going on. Does anyone have anything they'd like to share about what they've worked on yesterday?
I came up with a tagline that I hope works. Touch hearts, inspire souls, encourage dreams.
That's awesome.
Oh, good. I was a little bit worried about it.
Well, you know what? And that's something like if you get into my mastermind, I'll work on stuff with you. Like we'll brainstorm, we'll go through some different things like that. And I can even help you this week, obviously, with that. But for sure, I think that's good. The thing I would think about with that is you want to make sure they understand what would happen if they work with you. Like for mine, love your life, crave your business, you kind of know, okay, well, I'm going to create a business I love, right? So make sure they understand what it is that will happen if they team up with you.
Okay.
Okay. So you're really close. I love the inspirational part of it, but just tie in a tactical element to it, if that makes sense. And I can work with you afterwards. So send it to me. Okay. We can play around with that.
Okay.
A tagline that I've been playing with.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Larry. And Mikkel.
Oh, sorry. I did get somebody else.
No. I don't know if you guys can see it. She raises her hand every time. I love it. Like I'm a teacher. Okay, go ahead.
You know, a tagline that I've been playing with is you can't grow from what you don't know.
Perfect.
So it's actually trying to round. I don't know. So when the more I look at it, the more I think that sounds stupid. But then when I don't look at it for a while and look back to it, I go, it's not so bad. I don't know.
Not so bad. And you know what? And it could change and evolve a little bit as you go. So as you grow, you grow, right? But no, I like it. I like the idea of it, right? You know that you're going to learn something, right?
Right. Well, yeah, that's the idea, is to help people grow by teaching and learning and coaching and all that kind of stuff, right? So,
Right. That's great. So Mikkel, did you want to say something?
Yeah, so I had so many aha moments yesterday that I kind of shifted my entire strategy. And I don't know if the tagline that I've been using is clear or not. So I wanted to kind of throw that out and get some feedback on that. But you know, I just really realized that how I had my Facebook group set up and my marketing and you know, the way that I was funneling things just really didn't make sense based on everything we discussed yesterday. So you know, thanks for that. It had a big impact, and I put some wheels in motion and tried some different approaches and made some courageous posts that terrified me. So a lot
I love it.
of behind the scenes. And then my tagline that I've been using, which it does tie to my curriculum, is I feel like everything can be boiled down to either like being in alignment with yourself or, you know, kind of elevating your approach. And so I've got live your light and lead with love, but I don't know if that's clear enough.
I like it. I definitely like it. Why don't we work on that afterwards for sure? Why don't you send it to me? And we'll play around, brainstorm with a few little tweaks to it that you can understand what it is you really do. Right?
Okay. That's great. Thank you.
Great. Anybody else want to speak up?
I've had this on my tagline for a while now. It's an idea to market, scale for growth. And it's something that resonates, I think, with the startup community because that's what we're trying to do. But I'm struggling with the help statement a little bit because what I do gets confused with actually building the software, which is what I'm trying to get out of. So.
Right. Well, and I can help you with that too. If you want to send me something for sure, make sure that you're these you need to be very specific, like of what you want to be the go-to expert at. And we talk about that a little bit more today. So think about that. So that's where your clarity needs to come, right? You're the go-to expert at what? And, you know, even mine's building and growing as your business grows, it just changes and evolves into what you're doing. And for like now, I hope you guys see that I help small or online. I hope coaches and consultants who aren't online yet or aren't quite there or can't figure it out, get to where they want to be. How do they get their product developed and get themselves launched and sell something, right? Those three things, right? So think about what is it you do specifically, because yeah, you do a lot, right? You really kind of do a lot for them. You kind of do what they need you to do. So think about what it is you really want to do every day and work with people on every day and how you can do that within a small group setting and get results for them. And we're going to be talking about all that today in the offer when you develop your offer. So does anybody else want, Lisa, do you want to jump in? I know you worked really hard. She's put some posts on, and so did John. So whoever.
Yeah, I'm really struggling with mine because I'm working with moms that have children with special needs, and they may be a stay-at-home mom that needs to figure out a way of developing income. So I'm trying to help them on the pathway to entrepreneurship. And so I've been toying with a lot of things like employee to entrepreneur, you're in control, because it's teaching control. You know, you're in control of building your life, you're in control of building your business, you're in control of building the you know, kind of family situation that you need when you care for a special needs child. And so I'm really having a hard time with taglines and messaging.
Okay, great.
Because they're not necessarily employees. They could be stay-at-home moms that need, you know, need something more.
So it's kind of could be a twofold market, right? It could be people who are employed, not market, but people who are employed and people who aren't and need to.
Yeah, so it's not just employment to entrepreneurship,
right? Type of
scenarios. So I'm really kind of struggling. I'm a literal person, so it's hard sometimes.
So why don't you set up a one-on-one call with me and let's go over. Yeah, we can definitely do that. And then we can present some stuff that we come with. So if you set up calls with me in the next day, or I guess we're already almost halfway through, in the next day or so, then we can talk about it later to show you guys what we came up with. So try to set up a call. If you don't see an opening, let me know. And I can try to squeeze people in. Okay. Because I know they book up fast. So cool. Does anybody else have something that they want to add? Vicki, do you want to add anything? I know you've been working hard. I've seen some of your posts.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think the one-liner that I've been using is more to market myself and not necessarily to resonate with other people, because mine's plateau to grow marketer. So to help businesses that have plateaued grow, but it's not for them. And
That's so
just, as we were having this conversation, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't realize that before.
Isn't it funny? And it's just getting that outside perspective sometimes, you know.
Yeah, and I do that for other people. I just can't do it for myself.
Well, because you aren't tied to it emotionally as emotionally tied to it as the person who's doing it, right? So even people look at my stuff and go, oh, hey, Robin, do this. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's just it's the way life works, right? From an outside perspective, it just really helps. And that's why it's fun when you get the one-on-one groups, like when you join into a small group, because you all play off of each other and you hear what they're doing and how they're thinking, and you can help each other with and not even knowing it. But yeah, it's an outside perspective. That's all it is, really. It's not that anyone's a genius in one thing or another. It's an outside perspective. Like, well, I don't understand what you mean by that, right?
Exactly. It really does help.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, great. So anybody else? Are we good to move on, or somebody else want to jump in? Oh, go ahead, Larry.
So I've been struggling with transforming my Facebook page. And I've been, one of the things, because it's always been my personal page. And like you were saying,
trust me, I know.
So I'm struggling with that concept, but I'm struggling with what content I'm going to put out there that, you know, so I'm just struggling with the transformation in the actual message and the content.
Okay, so here's how you need to think about this. Well, first of all, I had sleepless nights. Let me tell you, I had sleepless nights when I was told I had to change my page. And, but oh my gosh, look what's happening now. Look at all of you, right? Look at what's happening. This is how I get to run my business now. I've connected with all of you because I did what I did. So you really need to think about that. If you want to be able to do this type of a program and really connect with your people and figure out how you can coach and consult in a group setting, this is the only way I know that's working right now. So ultimately, yes, ultimately you can start doing Facebook ads and doing different ways to get people into a group like this, but with no marketing budget, this is the way you do it. And at the same time, you will always need to have some kind of presence on your Facebook page so that people know what you do. All right. So here's what I would suggest for you, Larry. Start with just putting a banner up that talks about your business and change your bio. And don't do anything else. Just have a banner, and I can help you with that if you want to send me some ideas. But create a banner that you put on the top. So when people click, not a whole lot of people go to your page. They typically just see your feed. But when you're being suggested to people, they see a little bit of your banner and your face. Okay, you know when you're being suggested in the feeds, and that's how you're going to start attracting people. But so you need to show kind of your business aspect of you on that banner. Okay. That's what gets them to click through and go, oh, what is it? Okay. Because entrepreneurs are online looking for help. They're online looking for help. Small business owners are online looking for help.
What about LinkedIn?
So, and same thing for LinkedIn. Here's the difference with LinkedIn. And I'm not opposed to LinkedIn, and people should use LinkedIn. I know Chris uses LinkedIn. Here's the difference with LinkedIn is that people aren't on there every day like they're on Facebook. They're on Facebook every day. And it's the people you're trying to, they're not on Facebook trying to look for business. When they go on LinkedIn, they're usually kind of ready for the business content, right? But on Facebook, they're still there. So if they're scrolling and they see your stuff, they're still a business owner and they see it and they're like, oh, wait, what is this? Right? And like I mentioned about Vicky will stand out on Facebook because most people aren't trying to sell to a B2B service on Facebook. So if she starts talking about her offering and what she does for small businesses in the way that she does it, it's going to be different than anything anybody's seen. So just think of it that way. But if you're hesitant, I would start with changing your banner and then put put something in your bio that makes sense to what you do. Just start there, and you don't have to post anything yet, and then just wait until you're comfortable. I shouldn't even say that. I was not comfortable, and I did it, and then I got comfortable because it was fun. Right. And people started responding. And like I said, some of my posts would have 0 or 1 or 2 likes, but I would get a comment or I'd get a message in my DM. Hey, how do I sign up for your program? I just saw your post. Because a lot of people don't even want to admit that they have issues or they have trouble. Like if they click on something, it might look like they don't know what they're doing in business, right? So you just have to give them the opportunity to, hey, DM me or say, yeah, post yes in the comments, whatever. But we can talk about that later. But my point is, it works. And if you want to grow your business online and you don't have a huge marketing budget, this is where you need to start.
Okay, thanks.
Good? Does everyone feel good about that? And I get it. Trust me. It's it's hard to do at first if you've never done it or you haven't considered doing it, but it's well worth it. Definitely well worth it because I got to meet all you guys, right? I mean, I have people that are just contacting me every day that need my help, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun. All right. So let's get crystal clear. We're here today to talk about your beyond expectations irresistible offer. But first, you need to be clear on your goal. All right. So think about your monthly goal. I want you to write it down somewhere. I know you guys have been typing it in. You can type it in if you want, but I also want you to write it down and put it somewhere so you see it, right? What is that monthly goal? That 10,000, 20,000, 5,000, 100,000, whatever that goal is per month. I think Mr. Move It has the highest goal. So put that goal down, because if you don't have a goal, you can't get there, right? And it's fun to think about it. Think about it. Think about it. How would you feel in the next month?
I need the money for my projects.
That's
So-
right. Right. I get it. I get it. So how would you feel in the next month if you knew you were going to make your first 5-figure month in your new business or your new offer with your new offer? How would that make you feel? If you know in 30 days from now, you're going to launch something and you're going to be able to make money. If you nail your offer, if you figure this all out, you could, in 30 days from now, you could be offering and launching and making 5 figures. So think about that. Okay. By now you've all heard me talking about flipping your value ladder. And I for people who are joined in or who are going to watch this on replay who might not know, I want to make sure, because I don't want people to feel totally left out if they haven't watched the other day. So if you don't know, a value ladder represents the breadth and depth of your products. All right. So it's from your lowest price product to your highest price product, right? And that's where the ladder comes in, because you take steps. Well, in my case, most gurus tell you to start down here, right? Do some freebies, give away PDFs, and get your email list going. Well, that takes years. It takes a really long time. Unless you have some miracle, something that works, it takes a really long time. And only 1.5% of the people become successful down here. If even that, all right? So I suggest you flip your value ladder. You start up here with your higher price ticket, which is what you guys are mostly used to anyway. Most consultants and coaches are used to the one-on-one, but you take that one-on-one and turn it into a small group. All right. So I just want to kind of reiterate how important that is. And like in Lisa's case, she knows they don't have a lot of money. So when I'm talking about a high ticket or a higher price, you figure out what that means. Figure out what that means for your group. What is the highest price they can pay? If that means it's $200, it's $200. Okay, so I'm talking, it can go from 5 to 10 to 20,000, but it can also be at $200 if that's where you need to be for your group. But don't underestimate what they are willing to pay too. Really make sure you understand that in your market, that people are willing to pay for the result that they get. They're willing to pay for the result. So if they know that you're going to help them build a business where they can make $5,000, $10,000 extra a month, they're going to be willing to pay a little bit more than what you probably think to get there. Okay, so think about that. Okay, I'm just going to read this because I'm not sure what it says. I'm here to talk about flipping your ladder and really think about the highest ticket you could charge for your product or service. Okay, what I've just said. All right. So if you don't have a huge marketing budget, this is where you need to start. I don't know what else to tell you. If somebody has an argument for that, let me know. But if you don't have a marketing budget, this is where you need to start. And with the things that I've been telling you how to do it so far, like with the Facebook and all that, this is where you need to start. Otherwise, your idea will remain an idea. Not even a side hustle. It's not a side hustle if you're not making money, right? It's just something you work on that doesn't allow you to feel successful, right? You want to feel successful at what you do. At least I do. So think about that, okay? So flipping your value ladder, and it doesn't have to mean high price. It's a combination of high price and high touch, okay? So when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about the one-on-ones with you, right? The 1-on-5 or the 1-on-10, right? Look at us. I think we have maybe 12 or 15 people in here. So, right, this is a 1-on-12 group today. You can really get to know people and really talk to them and help them in a group setting. You really, really can. And I think you can hopefully see that through what we've been doing this week, right? And when like in my groups, we would have, it would be a little bit smaller than this. And we would really have some really in-depth conversations, and you guys would expect to hear those and talk to the people, and we'd work as a team and learn from each other, all right? So think about that. So it's high touch. This is what high touch is. A lot of the gurus, they give you the programs and say, good luck, go do them. let me know if I can help you, but it doesn't really, it's not the same, right? It's not the same feeling. So while you're building your business, you need to be up here in the high touch program. Okay. So this is where you form the relationships with your clients and they get results. I mean, look how much you guys have already done this week, right? You've already answered all these questions. You guys are working through the program, or at least thinking through them. Hopefully, if you haven't had a chance to write them down, you're reading and thinking and going, okay, how does this really work? Right? So think about that. So high touch is typically higher priced because your time is valuable. So make sure you price it out so that you know that if you're going to be working with these people at a high touch capacity, that it's worth it. Okay. Okay. Let's think about how you want to run your business. For most of you, you spent your career working one-on-one with your clients. Now I want you to think about what you do for your clients one-on-one and how you can turn that program into a small group coaching or consulting program like we've been talking about all week, okay? Could you manage the challenges you solve for your clients in a group setting? So a lot of you probably feel like, well, I do these things one-on-one because it's very customized, right? And I think that's my next slide. I'm jumping ahead here. But make sure, if you think about what you do though, even though it's customized, like even the conversations we're having today, I'm saying, okay, we have general conversations and then let's take some things offline. That's how you'll run your group. All right. So it's not that you're not going to have a one-on-one relationship with your clients. It's that you're streamlining a lot of the work into a group program. That you work together on things, and then when they need your one-off help, you jump in and help them one-off. Okay. Could you coach and consult them through the steps to achieving their success? All right. So think about that. For some of you, you might think, no, what I do is customized and can't be taught in a group, but really think about it. Think how you could meet with a group of clients, work them through a challenge, and then discuss their individual questions and needs together as a group where everyone learns from the others, right? Sometimes it's even better than a one-on-one because you'll hear things that relate to you from another person, right? Entrepreneurs and small business owners, we all have the same types of issues and challenges. So working together in a group is sometimes even better because then you can play off of each other and go, oh, wow, I really like how she's doing that. And that's how in my mastermind, we all learn from each other. It's really fun. It's really a great opportunity to expand your business and expand your knowledge, and you see what other people are doing in their field. It's really cool. The benefit here is a win-win for everyone involved, okay? Your clients get to work with you and get your level of expertise at a fraction of the cost of working with you one-on-one. So keep that in mind. You are saving them money by creating this type of program because they can't, not even saving them money, they probably couldn't even afford you one-on-one, right? Okay. And working in a group situations allows everyone to learn from each other, okay? You're able to create a program that works with your needs and wants and allows for the flexibility you've always craved, the scalability you desire, and the freedom to work anywhere in the world, right? If you're doing this type of program online, you can work anywhere. Work anywhere. Okay, what do you really, really want? So think about it. Are you ready to get serious about your business and build a product that helps you maintain the monthly revenue you need and want? So the foundation for your offer, it's based on your level of expertise, the transformation you can offer your clients, or the results, right? It's the results, and how you want to run your daily operations, how you want to really run your business. So that's what you need to think about when you're developing your offer. Your offer can transform or skyrocket your business. If you're struggling to find clients, you don't have a huge marketing budget, and you need to generate revenue fast, a beyond expectations offer it's the perfect scenario, what I'm going to explain to you today, okay? So if you're starting to see the light, type in beyond expectations in the comments. I don't even know where the comments are today. I didn't pull them up before I started. So let me know if I need to read them. But put that in there because I do read them afterwards, just so you guys know. I do go through everything. Okay. All right. 5 primary components of a beyond expectations offer. Okay. Pain. You must identify your prospect's painful problem. It needs to be a painful problem. Not just a problem, but a painful one, right? One that is prohibiting them from being successful. Promise. You must make a promise to solve the pain with your solution. Process. You need to show them the process they would go through to get a positive result. All right. You need to show them how they get there. Positioning. What do you want to be known for in your industry? So your positioning is what we've talked about, your go-to expert. That's your positioning. And your pitch, those are the conversations and the messaging that we've been talking about all week that you're going to have with your clients. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go into this a little bit more in depth. The painful problem. For any offer to sell like crazy, you must solve a very specific problem. This problem should be one that is causing your prospects a lot of pain. Many coaches and consultants, they create, oh, it would be nice to have offers, right? It'd be nice to have. People aren't going to buy a nice to have offer when they're struggling with something else. Does that make sense? They're not going to do it. These are offers that don't solve a problem that is grounded in real pain. Okay, you have to ground your problem. It has to be in real pain. What are you pain? Right now, you guys are painfully struggling to figure out how do you make money online? How do you take your passion and vision and turn it into something that you can sell online? And whether it is to make money or whether it's to help people. Either way, I'm here to help you figure that out, right? That's your pain right now, and that's why you're here. Or just because you're my friend and you want to show up. And you know what? And you might end up learning something. So it's all good. It's all good. Okay. All right. What you want to do is create an I cannot live without that offer. Okay. One that they not only want, but one that they need. And I know I mentioned that before. These are offers that provide a concrete solution to someone's pain or problem. So think that through. When picking what problem to solve with your offer, choose wisely. You will be rewarded. Listen to this. This is important. You will be rewarded in direct proportion to the size of the problem you choose to solve. All right, think about that. Here's some specific painful problems, right? Not making enough money with your business, living paycheck to paycheck, experience a lack of abundance, having a bad relationship with food, being overweight, and experiencing health issues, lack of confidence, and shame because of it. Feeling you are disconnected from your passion, stuck in a job or business you dislike, and not living your best life. These are painful problems that people have, right? Think about what is that statement for your business that you want to do? What is that statement that would fit in here? What is the painful problem? What is the painful problem? You know, in Vicky's case, she works with small businesses who just don't know where to go. They don't know what to do with their marketing. They don't think marketing is important. But then yet they're still struggling in their business. They can't get it. They can't figure out what they need to do. Right? So what is that statement, that painful problem that you can help solve? And the promise. This is the claim your offer makes, right? Your promise should be the solution to the problem and pain your prospect is experiencing. Here's an example of the promise I made for this program. Oh, wait, this is what I'm making for my mastermind. I switched this up. I did have the other one in there, but this is the promise to you for my mastermind. And you'll learn all this later in the week. But in 30 days, you will have an online business. Really, I mean, like right now, you guys, you might have online businesses, but you don't really have online businesses. You're not bringing in the money that you want yet. Yes, the way you want to. You might be bringing in one-on-one business, but not the way we've been talking, right? So you will have an online business. You will have a product to sell. You'll have a great offer. When I say product, that's your offer. And key prospects to sell it to, all right? And the finalized is a systemized launch program like you've never imagined. So that's what I promise to people who come into my mastermind. So think about what your promise would be. And this is, I'm just going to say this so it makes it clear exactly what my promise is, but you will know how to market yourself online. You will have an offer your prospects can't refuse and launch your program within the first 30 days. So that's my promise to whoever joins my program. So think about what your program would look like, right? From there, we'll refine, tweak, and modify your program and offer based on the results and data. We will build out your actual program. Like, what does that even look like, right? You have this offer, you come up with this great thing. What does that really mean? All right, how do you do it? We'll build out your program. And for those who purchase it, you know, so you sell it. So I get you to launch and sell your program right in the first 30 days. And then we have to build out your program. I don't expect you to have a pre-recorded program. We build that out and I show you how to do that as you go. And for those who purchased, so that you build that out for people who purchase, and then you launch again and you rinse and repeat. And then we refine and tweak and refine and tweak. And that's what I work with you on. So think about what you offer and how you help your clients and where do they go? How do they start? What do they do? And what does it look like at the end? And I apologize, my builders are a little loud today. Can you hear them? Sorry, I probably shouldn't say
No.
like once I put it out, you'll really notice. Okay, so the process. The process consists of the different steps you will take to fulfill the promise your offer makes. So how are you going to get your prospects from where they are to where they want to go? All right, what system do they follow? Think about that. And when I say system, it's like, what are the steps they take? What What technology do they need? What do they need to be doing? Hold on, I'm going to let somebody in here. Okay. Think about that. So a system is the process they go through with you. What is the system? What is the process they go through with you? Hi, Cher. What is the system that they go through with you to have this transformation? Okay. When you share this process with your prospects, they should be able to see how they will get to where they want to go, or in other words, they will see that you are the solution to their problem and relief to their pain. You need to be the solution to their problem and relief to their pain, and you need to be able to show them that. Okay, here are some questions that will help you clarify the process of your offer. What are the steps you will take to solve your prospect's problems and get him or her out of pain? How long will it take? You have to have, how long will this take? All right. And how is this solution delivered? How do you give it to them? Are you going to do live events? Are you going to do video? Are you going to do one-on-one calls? Whatever you decide how you're going to manage your groups, that's up to you. And that's part of the personalization, right? I don't tell you, I give you examples and I tell you how I do my stuff, and then you decide what works best for you. So positioning. You are the go-to expert in XXX. How do you figure, what's your XXX? Every day your prospects are being bombarded with a ton of marketing messages, period. They just are. Positioning is the thing that allows you to stand out amongst all the noise out there, okay? It's what makes you relevant to them. Remember when I asked you, why are you important to your prospects right now? Why are you important to your prospects right now? Think about that, okay? For coaches and consultants, positioning is all about getting the word out about what challenge you solve. Okay, so you are the go-to expert for boom, building your business online, boom, making more money, boom, whatever that is. Pitch. Your pitch is how you bring the 4 previous elements of the strong offer into your magnetic conversations. This means creating conversations, connecting and attracting to your prospects by focusing on their pain or their challenges and how you can help solve those issues. All right, I know I've said this before. I can't say it enough, apparently. It's really, really important though, because that's how you connect with people. That's how they start to understand you, trust you, and believe you, right? Your conversations should clearly show your prospects how your offer will help them solve their problem and get relief to their pain. Mastering the art of creating and selling beyond expectations offers is the fastest and easiest way to create financial freedom for yourself through your business. Okay, it's the fastest way, I can guarantee you. In 30 days from now, if you had a $5,000 offer, you can make $10,000. You can make $20,000, depending on how many people you have in your group. All right, and making sure your messaging is right, you have the right people, you have the right mix in the group. And these are things that we work on through my mastermind. I help you with your messaging, getting it clear, making sure you're saying the right things and attracting the right people so that you have the right mix of people in your program. All right. Now let's talk about scaling your irresistible beyond expectations offer. That's a mouthful. Scaling is the ability to sell more without doing more work. All right. You create a system and structure that makes sense for you and your clients. For example, you follow a system with your one-on-one clients and follow the same system and structure with your group clients. So I'm not even saying that you no longer have one-on-one clients, but one thing we haven't talked about is you elevate that offer and you charge more for, if you now want to be one-on-one with me, that's a $30,000 product as opposed to a $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 product. So you can still have one-on-one clients, but at the same time, they follow the same exact program that your group programs follow, but they get your one-on-one attention more so than even in the groups. But like I'm saying, the small groups, it's key. It's key, but you still get to have the one-on-one if you want to do that. I'm not saying get away from that. What I'm saying, if you want to scale and grow, turn it to the small group, but keep your system the same. So you work the same way with everybody. They all watch the same videos. They all go through the same program. You have the same process. Does that make sense? And then that helps you to keep refining and refining and refining. To make your business scalable really depends on 3 factors to start. To scale, you need either more time so that you have time to post and get yourself out there and working online and working through groups and putting on LinkedIn and putting on Facebook, right? Or money, where you have people to help you with that. And or you can actually start posting ads, but that's a whole other thing that we would learn in my mastermind. I don't suggest you do that at all right now. Until you've refined exactly what you're doing and what your message is, do not spend money on ads. And if you're convinced you want to do ads, let's talk, and I'll talk you through what you're doing, because I am familiar with ads. I've run $10,000 a day ads, Facebook ad programs. I know how to do it, and what sells. But my point is, until you have your message refined and you have your audience and you know exactly what your offer is, you need to get that perfected before you spend any more money. Okay. But even more importantly, you need a reliable system that allows you to repeat your process over and over, knowing you will get results each month. Or new customers. New customers are the results we're talking about here, right? In most cases, okay? A higher ticket, higher touch point offer is the fastest and less expensive way, really, to scale if you do it correctly, okay? Like in my case, you get to do it in 30 days or less, right? That's one of my things with you. It's like, you know that you're going to join my program, and in 30 days, you're going to be ready to launch. I'm not going to let you not be ready to launch. And you'll be excited. You'll be scared. You'll be like, oh, I'm not ready for this. But we're going to get you there. Okay. You also get better results with your clients who pay a higher ticket, and because you show up and they show up, and if they show up, they get results, right? If people are here, you guys are getting results just this week by paying attention to what's going on. And this is how the small groups work. It's really fun. And you'd be amazed at how much you can get done by working in these groups and just listening and hearing what other people are doing. From there, the sky is the limit. You can do more high ticket offers. You can do low ticket. You can build your entire value ladder, right? Once you get money and you start bringing in clients, then you have more flexibility and freedom to do the other things that you might want to do, right? And you can ultimately end up having things on Evergreen where you're making money while you sleep and you're selling your program, because you've worked through this so many times with your actual one-on-one and small group clients. You know they're going to be successful if they follow these steps. And so you create a lower ticket item that doesn't have a high touch point, but it's the same content, right? You don't even have to create anything new. You just lower the price and don't give them as much access to you. You say, hey, if you want to watch my program, you pay this price. If you want to watch my program and be involved in my live events on once a week, you pay here. Or if you want to do the small group one-on-one, you go here. Okay, so that's where your value ladder comes in. But start up here to build it, figure out what works, tweaks, and how you get your customers to go through the system, and then you build out your value ladder. I know this is a lot, right? Does anybody have any questions? Are we doing okay? Can I see let's pump it up. Come on. All right, there we go. Come on, Lisa. Come on, I know you want to do it. All right. Okay, who do you need? Who, not who. I didn't think that made sense. Why do you need a beyond expectations offer? You get more revenue faster and easier, higher touch to really get to know your audience, right? You really get to know your prospects when you're working like this, right? Better results than typical low touch programs. Bottom line, just better results. All right. Remember, cash is oxygen to your business. The more revenue you produce, the faster you can scale, impact more people, Lisa, think about that. Okay. And grow your brand. So in Lisa's case, she might think, you know what, maybe I do a higher ticket for the few that can afford it. And then you're able to build out your program. Because you'd be surprised. There are going to be mothers in your situation that can afford a higher price program. It might only be 5, and that's okay. And that gives you the time to build out your program. Then you can offer the value ladder to the others. And it really would inspire you and excite you to do it. I don't know who isn't excited when they know they're going to make more money. I don't know. That to me, that's like, well, yeah, it just makes sense. So think about that. I understand what you're saying, that most of them can't, but I bet you there's a handful that could. And so think about that. The best way to create a beyond expectations offer is to look inside yourself. Look inside yourself and look into your past. Then ask yourself, what is my skill set? What is a problem that I can solve? And what's a major business challenge I'm really good at helping others solve? So really think that through. Okay, and you create your program or service around that ability, all right? Because here's the honest truth. What matters is your ability to help others improve their lives, to help them become more effective human beings in some area of their lives. That's what you're doing when you're a coach or consultant, period. That's what you're doing. There's always going to be a market for helping people solve big problems, always. So what you're doing is smart, right? Right now you're being really smart because you can always grow and evolve and change what you offer. You just need to learn the system and structure to do it. Does that make sense? So if you go work for somebody else and then you get laid off, you've got nothing, right? If you start your own business with what you guys are doing right now and you really learn the system and structure of how to do it, you can always change your offer and program and evolve into what you want to grow into or what is important at that time because you've learned the system. But if you're busy working for somebody else, you're not learning that system. All you're doing is relying and hoping that their business works and that you don't get laid off or they don't sell or they don't go under. And a lot of us in here in groups, I'm sure we've dealt with that, right? That's especially when you're working with small businesses, because I've worked for a lot of small businesses in my career. And so it's really important for you to learn this skill set no matter what, because then you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your future. It's when you learn a system and you understand how it works, you can take it anywhere. You can take it to any business. You can jump over and do something else altogether. You can go from nutrition to business building to, I don't know what else there is, photography, whatever that is. You can take your skill set and change it into whatever happens to be your passion. If that's what you want to do, and 5 years from now, you're not passionate anymore, switch it up. Okay. Building your beyond expectation offer. Sorry. The whole idea of you being an entrepreneur is to create a life you love and a business you crave. All right. You want a life beyond others' expectations, not just the financial aspect, the freedom. You want freedom, you want flexibility, you want growth. You have a great ability to adapt, right? Because you guys are adapting right now. This is all new. Most of this is new to you guys, right? And maybe even if it's not new, I might be saying something that sparks in you and goes, oh, I've been hearing this, but I just didn't want to do it. Okay, now I'm going to do it, right? So think about that. Remember, a beyond expectations offer means more high touch to act or access to you and your time, okay? It does not mean one-on-one time. So you have to really set some boundaries for yourself with this. You can give individual attention in small group settings as well, okay? It doesn't always have to be that I'm going to meet with you one-on-one offline, right? So for example, I told some people at the beginning of the program, let's meet up afterwards, right? But that's because that's not what this program is about. If we were working in our small group, we'd probably work through some scenarios and other people would also give in their ideas and we'd figure it all out. And then maybe we'd take it one-on-one off to really finalize something, right? But in a group scenario, you work through all that together. And you're expecting that. You're all expecting to be part of the program and the conversation when people are asking for help. And it really, it's just a great experience for everybody involved. That's all I can say, okay? So taking your offer to the next level, a scalable, irresistible, beyond expectations offer allows you to create a business that gets you excited and energized to get up every day. It really does, unless you have a migraine. I had a migraine this morning, but I got through it. So we're good, we're good. Anybody else suffer from migraines here? Not fun, not fun. Okay, your beyond expectations irresistible offer needs to be scalable, one-on-one and or group following the same system, all right? Needs to be irresistible, something your prospects want and need, and beyond expectations, set up so you crave your business and make the monthly revenue you need and want to make. That's the beyond expectations part of it, okay? We all come up with things to sell. We can all come up with things to sell, but it's rare for an entrepreneur to create exactly what they want out of the gate without a personalized system and plan that they know works. It just doesn't happen. It's really, really hard in this world of online marketing. It just is. Your beyond expectations offer must be simple for your prospects to understand and execute so that they can get results and the transformation they desire quickly and easily, all right? Your offer needs to be clear and fast and the easiest way possible for them. Bottom line. And value, the value does not mean more activity, all right? So I know we're entrepreneurs and we want to help and we're people pleasers, right? We want to make sure we give you as much as we can, right? If I get that if you're charging money, you want to offer value, but bringing them more things or giving them more things to do isn't the answer. Keep it strategic and actionable and results oriented. And that's where I talk to you about streamlining. We streamline, like you're going to go in and I'm going to give you one thing you do today and one thing you do the next day. And it's a process and you have to trust the process and you'll get to where you want to go. Remember this. No one has ever purchased something because it's hard. And I think maybe Larry, somebody brought that up earlier this week, right? No one has purchased something because it's hard, time consuming, and strenuous to get results, right? Don't overwhelm, over deliver. Don't overwhelm, over deliver, because you're going to simplify things. You're over delivering by simplifying what they need to do to get the results that you're going to get them. So figure out the fastest, simplest way for them to get there and go for it. So let's talk results. You must be clear on the results your client will get with the offer you're selling. And listen to this, I've said this a little bit differently, so listen to this. The bigger the result, the faster, simpler, and easier you make it determines the amount of money that people will pay for it. The bigger the result and the faster and simpler you make it, the more money you're going to be able to charge for it. All right. And this isn't about you hyping up your costs. The money is based on the result and the value that you're going to give them, right? If they know they can build a business, for example, in my program, if they know they're going to build a business, my program is going to be paid for in the first month of them doing anything, right? So think about that. And they can go on for the rest of their life and build out their business. So think about that, right? What is the value, the lifetime value of what you're giving them? Might have to raise my prices. No. I'm teasing. Okay. Make your offer prospect focused. Irresistible equals strategic and actionable and results oriented. So these questions are key. So make sure you're tweaking them or tweaking them as you learn more and more about your prospects, right? So these kind of things, and this is your action item for today, and I will hurry and get this up. I was late getting the homework. I had a lot going on yesterday. I was late getting the homework up, and it was a lot of homework, and I appreciate you guys that actually got it done once I posted it. But this, and I think this is the only action item for today. So some of this you already know, and you've already answered some of these questions, but I put it together in these list of questions just because it's all tied to your offer, okay? Who is your ideal client? What do they really want? What do they need? What is the simplest way for them to achieve it? Why do they believe they haven't gotten this result or transformation in the past, either on their own or with somebody else? How can you package up this offer to make it fast, simple, and easy to consume and take action? How can they most efficiently consume the material that aligns with their current lifestyle? So think about that. Think about your folks. Lisa might think, and it's just top of mind because I can see you easily on the screen, the moms that are busy working with their kids, right? Maybe you present yours in not only a video form, but maybe you present it as a podcast so they can listen to it while they're cleaning house or taking care of their kid or doing it. So think about what is the best way for them to consume your information, or when they're driving back and forth. And that could work for several of you, right? If you're working with moms or you're working with people who have busy days, make sure you do it in a way that they can connect with you closely. Like video is really, really good. So obviously offer that as an option. And we would talk through that in my mastermind. I'll teach you exactly how you figure all that out. But if you don't join, I want you to think this through. What is the best way for you to connect with them? And what is the easiest way for them to consume your information and then take action? So think about that. And is there anything they need before they start your offer or after they finish that will allow them to have the best possible result or transformation? So think about that.
Hey, Robin.
Yes.
Quick question.
Yes.
I know we talk about one platform to focus on, at least initially. When you're talking about the medium, should you pick one as well? So either choose video or choose audio or choose written, or does it, like, what would you recommend?
I would recommend that you do a combination. And that's because you're going to get people, even though you find them on, let's say, Facebook, you're going to get moms or people or business owners who are more apt to watch videos or more apt to watch podcasts. And here's the thing, you don't have to do two things, you repurpose it, right? So, and you start off, when you first start off to do it, you do it one way, and then you transform into what you need and add on, right? I don't expect people to have all three ways. You know, you can have it written, a podcast, and video. Those are like probably the three popular ways to do things. There might be more, but off the top of my head, those are the three. And so I would start off with the video aspect of it, but then you can turn that video easily into a podcast. You just take the audio portion and dump it into a podcast. I say that because I know what I'm doing with podcasts, but I can help you guys with that. That's not hard. But then you can also, there's a transcription service. I'll look it up, you guys, and I'll post it on this thing. It's called like Transcribe IT or something. And all you do is audio record, and then you send it to them. And within a minute or two, they send it right back to you. And it's all typed up. So you might have to edit it and clean some stuff up, but it's a great way to go from audio to posting as well, or to written. So you can easily transcribe anything you've done, whether it's a video or an audio recording, and then have the written word too. So to answer your question, I would start off one, but then definitely transform it into other ways that people can consume the information based on your market. And sometimes this might be fine. The video might just be the one that they need, but you bring your business, your audience as you go.
Yeah. And that's what I've done before too, is just do the video, because it's kind of killing 3 birds with 1 stone. You've got the video, then as you said, you can just abstract the audio and then transcribe it and have the text. At least test it at the beginning, maybe do all of them just to see which one people prefer.
True.
Not too much, because it gets
Yeah,
time.
I just want to, yeah, I wouldn't want, if you've never, just so you guys know, whoever else is on here, if you've never done anything like that, don't worry about it to start. It's one way to do it. But like I said, you'll figure that out and you'll learn your audience. And a lot of things you can just send off to people and they can do it for you for a small fee. So there's all kinds of ways to
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Okay, so your value ladder. So most people do opposite of what we've been talking about, right? When they start out with the freebies. The only difference between your beyond expectations offer and an entry level offer is typically the accessibility to you and your results. So that's what you're really focusing on, right? They're going to have accessibility to you, no matter what the price point is. It's accessibility to you and the results, because it's going to be a very one-on-one, 1 on 10 and under relationship with you, okay, to get those results. So think about that. All right. You can build the rest of your value later once you get the beyond expectations offer established, which we've already talked about. Okay. I just want to make sure you realize price is a factor, but it's the accessibility to you that you're offering right now. I'm like, in my program, I work with you for the first 30 days. I work with you for every single day for 30 days to get you going to where you need to go. And that accessibility and that openness in the conversations really is what's going to get you where you need to go fast. Okay. So what are you thinking? Hopefully at some point this week, you've had a little bit of a mindset shift. You started to really believe you can actually do this and take your business online. And you've realized that all of those courses you purchased, all the trainings you attended but never followed through, all the programs you never even opened up. I've purchased tons of programs I never even opened up. I'm part of a few of them right now. It was all to get you into this place to where you are now and to get you here with me, right? It's all been a part of your process, all been a part of your learning, and it's all a part of your history and your story, okay? It's a part of what you do, or how you are, but it doesn't define your future. Right? What it does, it supports your future, because it proves that you want to do something. You know, you have the ambition, you know, you have the skill set. It's just figuring out the system, right? Figuring out the system that you need and how can you get this done. Now that you know that you need a personalized system in place and you're starting to see how the content conversion system works, it's your expertise, right? Plus your commitment to communicate, plus your beyond expectations offer and your no sales approach, which we're going to talk about tomorrow. You have no excuse, right? You have no excuse. I've laid everything out for you to grab. It's right there, right? I'm showing you exactly what you need to do. And remember, people pay for the level of transformation that they want. So when you're developing your offer and you're talking about what you do, make sure they understand that result they're going to get, right? So time to start thinking about your $1 million message. All right, this is tomorrow. Now that you understand the importance, did I say tomorrow was the sales? Friday is the sales. I got ahead of myself. So Friday is what's your sizzling hot sales. Tomorrow is your $1 million message, right? Now that you understand the importance of your expertise, your commitment to communicate, your beyond expectations offer, right? We've gone through all this. It's time to get real and become serious and finally figure out exactly what you need to be doing to finally get yourself out there as the go-to expert. Tomorrow, we will dive deep into my story. You're going to learn a little bit more about me and where I came from, and how to create your $1 million message, and what I mean when I say how to create your $1 million message. What is your $1 million message? All right. Can I get expert in the comments? Okay. Because that's what we're going to do. We're focusing on how to make you an expert and how to get your story out there. And guess what? We made it through. I'm 3 minutes early. Okay. Yay. I feel good about that. All right. Do you guys have questions? Is there things you want to talk about? Are you good with yesterday's stuff? I know that yesterday was a lot of homework. So today it's just the one sheet, which a lot of the questions you'll already know. But yeah, make sure you're grabbing the questions off of the Facebook group. But anything else anybody wants to talk about? John Bentley, I didn't hear from you today. And John worked hard. He had some really great answers in the Facebook group. Have we heard from you today, John? I don't think you've spoken. Did you speak earlier?
I gave my tag earlier.
You did your tag. Okay, good. That's right.
But yeah, I've just I actually went through another program, just figuring out how to put together my offer. So that some of the stuff is still fresh for me. So I got a little bit of an advantage.
Oh, good. Oh, good. That's awesome. Anna, do you have anything to add? And oh, Tony, I haven't said hi to Tony. I can see you, or we can't see you. We can kind of see, might be able to hear you if you want to unmute, but if anybody has anything to add, and is it, okay, share, do you say share? Is that how you go? You tell me really, how do you?
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's why I put it out there as an option. Totally cool.
Okay, all right, great. So do you have any questions, anything that you're thinking of? I know you talked a lot about LinkedIn and we're asking those kind of questions and hesitant about maybe Facebook a little bit.
Yeah. I definitely have a reluctance to use Facebook because I've mostly been working with professionals in organizations, and I'm former government of Canada. So a lot of my clients are senior executives in government. So working with their teams, I've never done one-on-one. And I'm very grateful to be able to charge quite a lot. Like I have my, high touch, so I'm charging more. And for me, I'd like to expand beyond that kind of public sector clientele. Like I've worked with the UN and a bunch of, kind of public sector and kind of just through warm contact. So for me, it's about scaling.
So are you looking to clientele, or do you want to continue with that clientele, just more people?
Both.
Okay. So just think about it. Think about, even though it's, professionals, you guys have all been professionals. You're all professionals, right? Yeah. Think about that. And they're all on Facebook, right? So just think about that. They are there. They're not there doing business maybe, but actually if they're politicians, they probably are. So and you know what? They're using Facebook to promote their platforms. So think about that. I don't take offense to it. And here's the thing. Don't post anything that would embarrass you or that you don't feel comfortable posting. Just make sure you're professional when you post and you're excited about it. I mean, I do some funky things. I just do have fun. I have fun because that's my personality.
Yeah.
Me getting my hair highlighted, but I don't hear many people laughed at it. I thought it was funny.
Oh, I like that. No, you're kind of breaking down the barrier for me to Facebook for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, two of my kids finally unblocked me. My son, who isn't on Facebook anyway, he's like, whatever.
Yeah, I think we have to just try all of these different things and see what works, right?
Right, and it just depends on who you're trying to attract. And I can guarantee they're probably on Facebook just having fun and scrolling, right? So catch their attention. It's worth a try. And here's the thing: if you try it, don't like it, you can delete everything you can just delete it, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's digital. It's not like, oh my gosh, it's out there on a billboard.
Yeah. No, I think it's just like getting out of the comfort zone,
100%. And I can tell, I was right there with you. I don't know who iPad is. Does anyone know who iPad is? iPad, speak up. We want to know who you are. It's a secret follower. But Tony, I can see your blank screen. I met with Tony yesterday, and her husband is a chef, and he is trying to create programs for online to sell to people who want to learn how to cook like a chef, who aren't a chef. And so it was really, really fun talking to her. She's adorable and made me hungry.
iPad is here.
Oh, hi, iPad. Who is iPad?
No, this is Shahid. I just got a lot going on in the background, so I just been kind of
that's fine.
respectful of the group. I've been trying to be respectful.
Oh, no, that's awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Got out this week.
Oh, cool. Oh my gosh, your story's amazing. We need to get you on here and talking to us tomorrow. Unless you want to, now people are here. You want to tell us a little bit about your story?
I have no problem with it. A little bit about myself. I'm a multiple business owner. I have a 3 or 4 now barbershop beauty salons set up in the mall. I have a child development academy. I have a trucking company and a real estate company, and I'm getting ready to buy into a cleaning franchise within the next week or two. But I'm also a 10-time felon. I got out of prison in 1995 from all sort of crimes, from selling drugs, armed robbery. And I've converted my life into becoming a community activist, where I've learned to help children, everything, mentoring, counseling. From behind my chair as a barber, I've just been pretty much helping people and motivating people that I looked up to. They went to college and have degrees and have successful businesses and making a lot of money. but they're learning a lot from me that I've learned over the years from the hustle and the just grinding side. They told me that they went to college to learn their profession, but were encouraged and motivated by me to start their own businesses by my story and just my actions. So it's pretty much time to bottle it up and sell it. I just have no other way. I'm tired of doing it for free and helping people out. I enjoy it. That's why I'm like, I got to go ahead and learn to make some money from it.
That's awesome. I'm so glad you're here. I love your story. I think it's amazing. And you have so many things going on. I'm glad you're able to take the time to join us. That's great.
That's awesome.
Hi,
Yeah.
Anna.
This is Anna. I just want to say one thing. To the last speaker, I am very impressed, and you continue doing the good work. And to the lady who spoke before, I used to be you, where I was not on Facebook. I associated Facebook with what we call in the Caribbean bacchanal, drama. I think you say in the US drama. And it's only in 2017 that I joined Facebook when I had my first retreat coach. And she actually needed to hold my hand and help me to join Facebook. And what I have realized since is that Facebook is not only what you see on the surface. A lot of businesses like ours, they are what I call underground because we are private. So people who are just surfing the web and surfing for Facebook, they don't see us. They don't even care. So be encouraged and do not think that Facebook is something to be taken lightly. Millions of dollars of business happens underground on Facebook, and we are a part of it. Woohoo!
Exactly. So that's great, Anna. Thank you. That was a great story and a great scenario of what you really need to think about. That if you want to have a business and you want to be online, get out there. Just get out there and do it. Bite the bullet. Put yourself out there. Be conscious of your friends. Like I'll post and go, sorry guys, stop. You don't need to listen. I do little videos for my friends saying I'm getting ready to launch, and I just do fun things with it and let them know I'm out here to build my business. I'm hoping to connect with coaches and consultants. And if you're not interested in that, that's fine. Scroll on by. I don't care. That's fine. I'm not trying to talk to you. And then at the same time, I still post my friends and family so they get to see what's going on in my life. I know it's a big thing to bite off. So Maju, do you have anything to say today? Was that your son or was it a son?
Yeah, that was my son.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw him participating in the program.
Yeah, he loves seeing his own picture.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, good. Well, we're glad you guys were both here today.
Thank you very much for today. I have to go now, though.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's fine. But setting up your one-on-one, because I really do want to talk to you about your comments from yesterday. All
right.
She mentioned about having confidence. And let me say one thing real quickly before you hang up. When you know you're offering the right product for your clients, the confidence just comes. Right? I'm not nervous about anything I'm going to show you when I pitch my actual program at the end of the week, because I know it's right for you guys. And if you're ready, you're ready. If you're not ready, you're not, right? So it really helps build your confidence when you know who your prospect is and what you're going to offer can really get them results. Okay, so that confidence just comes. So that I want to just kind of make sure you're aware of that. But let's set up a one-on-one call and we can go into more depth of that. Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, no problem. All right, anybody else have anything to say? Larry, Alice, come on.
Well, I guess I've sort of been thinking about two things. So I don't do one thing. I just don't. And so one of the things I was thinking about has to do with what I originally came to the group with, and that is, the online presence for the coaching. And I'm beginning to think that it's more about business, like the business side is more for writers, and that I'm more writer based than I am business based, even though I am business. But then the other side that I've been kind of looking at this and thinking about, and it never occurred to me, I own that manufacturing business, and it has been a 6-figure business for well more than a decade. So part of my challenge is just trying to find time to do everything. But as I've been watching this and I've been thinking, I think I can implement all of these things in the manufacturing business as well. It does not have an online presence, and I don't even advertise. Like, I started the industry 20 years ago in Canada, and it's my website is all that has ever done it with. So like, and then I'm thinking like, wow, so what if I do this for the manufacturing? So now I have this other
Okay. Okay. So here's a really good realization. First of all, that obviously is an amazing realization, right? How can you really grow that business more because it's already there and
yeah.
And then it was interesting how you said you really want to focus on the writing, but a writing of a business owner, right? So mostly, yes, you still want it. So
no, the other way around.
Oh, okay.
So yes, because
they don't have to be a business owner.
Writers that, because I'm really into writing memoir, I know like I have been mastering the craft of writing memoir for about 6 years now. But I have worked with business owners, but I have also worked with authors that realized, oh my goodness, my book is published. Now I'm a business.
Gotcha. Okay. So they can turn it into a business or can support their business, but okay.
Well, they have to, if they want to sell their book, they have to.
So you still have the business aspect, but you say you want to capture it with the writing aspect. Gotcha.
Yes.
And we can talk through that. Why don't you set up a one-on-one and we'll talk through that a little bit more. That's awesome. That's awesome. But I would also say for the purposes of what we're doing this week, pick one business that you focus on so that you're not all over the place. And then it's easy the next one.
I'm used to being all over the place.
I know.
But the place girl.
Right. But if you're trying to do this, if you're trying to run the same program with 2 groups at the same time, it gets a little hectic. That's all I'm saying. Like, learn the system first. And maybe it's with your manufacturing company because you know what that is and that's already there. And you can just build in and bring in more business. And then that's maybe not something that you don't necessarily have to do day to day and then figure out the rank. But we'll talk about that when we have the one-on-one for sure.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right.
Hey, Robin.
Yeah.
Something I just has been popping into my head with the coaching and the way COVID is these days. A lot of this stuff is going to be done virtually until things up here in Canada. We're a lot more locked down than down in the States.
Yeah, we're locked down.
Yeah. A friend of mine said, I really freedom of movement yesterday. I go upstairs, downstairs, down the basement, on the back of the yard, back inside, upstairs, downstairs. Anyway, one of the components is some form of public speaking or presenting presence. So I've met a lot of people and I've run into a lot of business people, and that's a challenge for them. I mean, I've seen people get basically sick or break down in front of me and start crying because of the thought of doing something like that. I mean, they were working through something and then it was time for them to speak or perform or present and they just fell apart. So I just wanted to bring that out, as that's for a lot of us going forward that are going to be coaches and presenting either in groups or whatever else, speaking in front of a camera or speaking in front of a group of people, it may be very challenging. Now, I'm a little bit fortunate. I got past that about 30 years ago. So that's another story.
Right.
has to do with scuba diving though.
Right. Did you want to go into that?
Well, I could if you want to, right?
I'm just curious, Larry, can I just ask you a question? So I think we're the Canadians here. There's a couple other people too. So
yeah, there's one lady from Manitoba. Hey, Alice, you're from Manitoba.
Yeah, Ottawa. So I was just wondering though, are you thinking of potentially coaching people on how to be more comfortable in front of the screen when they're teaching or speaking? Is that coaching idea, or is it something that you think that we should discuss here as a group for our own experience teaching, delivering content?
Well, both, right? I'm working on a program over there on my other screen. I am working on a program, but I think it's worth a discussion to learn from everybody else as well.
Yeah, I think obviously public speaking is huge, right? And I think Zoom is really going to help to change that. I think that, like, you guys on the screen, the more that people are on screens and realizing it's not that big of a deal, that will really help. It doesn't necessarily help with going onto a stage, right? And when you're actually back live.
Right.
But I think, learning how to, or being parts of these kind of groups where we're all talking and communicating, and you can see that it's not a big deal, then that does help. But for sure, Larry, if that's part of your training or part of your coaching, it's a great aspect and a great way to get yourself out there.
Right. Well, one of the challenges that I've discovered, because I did a lot of my public speaking in person, and when you're trying to be in front of a camera and create some content, you have no interaction with people. Like, this is easier for me to speak here because we have interaction. I can see people, they're listening to me and that kind of stuff. I can see expressions. But when you step out in front of your camera, like I'm going to produce a piece of content to put out there for my coaching business, it's just you and the camera, and you become a different person.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too, because I worked with tons and tons of webinars, right? I've helped companies put together webinar programs, right? And so every time if we're in a room, and I'm saying, well, every time when we're in a room and we're getting ready to start, I always tell the person, I said, it's different than when you're talking to a group, right? If you're just doing a webinar, you're not seeing the people unless you do it as,
right.
Obviously if you do a Zoom program. Before, the way we do like WebEx, you would actually get in front of people, or you'd be on the screen and you're just talking to the screen. And I really coach them through that. I said, you really have to either just look at me or think of me as the person that you're talking to, because I typically would be in the room with them. And I said, and just realize that you're not going to have the expression and the reactions that you're expecting, because you tell a joke, you say something funny, you end up having to laugh yourself because nobody's there. So it's something, it's a skill you have to learn, a skill you do have to learn to be effective, for sure.
Right, absolutely. And I suppose the higher up the food chain you get in corporations, the worse they are. It's funny that way. That's funny that. Well, that's been my experience. You go up to senior level executives, and they're the ones that say, no, I'm not doing it. He's doing it. When they just pass it, or when they do have to do it, they're really, really not very good at it. And that's my experience. Not everybody, but in general, the higher up the food chain you get, the more uncomfortable they are with that sort of thing. So, I mean, it is a real thing. I never thought that I'd ever be able to speak in public. And with my experience, a long time ago, I wanted to become a scuba diving instructor really bad. That's just at the first level. And we didn't have any internet. We had slides and a slide projector, and we stood in a platform in front of your class and delivered information that was critical to their safety and understanding of being underwater. Well, I learned all about diving and all the everything else to it, and I didn't really pay much attention to the presenting of information aspect of it. And when it came time for me to do that in an examination, because I cheated my way through the course, then there's a separate examination. When it came time to be examined by third-party examiners from Patty, California, I freaked out. I got so upset. My body got so upset on stage in front of people. I pooped my pants. I really pooped my pants. I had poop running down my leg. And it was the worst experience anybody could ever have. Like I was crushed. Like I wanted to quit and I wanted everything to do with scuba diving except that. But that was the job. You had to do that before you got in the water, right? Otherwise the people aren't safe. So I had to battle through that, pay for the examination again, which was not cheap. And I had to battle through that so that I could perform properly enough to get through the course. Wow. And then I did. I finally got through it. About 6 weeks later, I went back through it, and I actually blew that out of the water because I practiced day and night, practically a day until I could do it. And then understanding that even after I had my certification, this wasn't going away because it was part of the job until things came along virtual. That was about 10 years later. So I just continued to practice and practice and practice and study on it until, I don't know, like you said, Robin, you do it so much, you're just not afraid anymore.
Right. Well, that's quite a story. I mean, that's a story.
Right. It's funny now, but it wasn't so funny at
Well, it's not even funny, right? I mean, it is and it's not, right? Because it's like, it shows, but you know what, the amazing thing is seeing you now, that seems ridiculous, right? You're just so natural and able to talk and speak up. That doesn't even seem like it would be an issue for you at all. So you'd have
years later, I had the opportunity to be up on stage with T. Harv Eker for a little bit in front of 1,500 people. And I'd never spoken in front of 1,500 people before. And so I got pulled up on stage to tell a story that I had. And I wasn't prepared for it. I just got pulled up on stage. When you sit up front, when you're in his program, you can get picked on a lot. So I went up, I jumped up front. And I thought, as I was going up, I thought, I am going to poop my pants in front of 1,500 people, because you started getting that, I've never done this, it's new, so I'm a little bit nervous. But you know, something funny happened to me when I stood up on stage. Harv gave me the wave and said, this is, he had a little bit of information on me, and I had about 5 minutes to speak. A funny thing happened. When I looked out over the crowd, 1,500 people, I wasn't afraid, I was energized. It was a weird feeling, going like, I'm not afraid. And I did everything right when it came to speaking in front of a large group. I used my hands, I slowed my speech, I didn't pace, and I delivered a short little, and I was impromptu. So he said, you gotta speak on this. I'm like, oh crap. So I used my speaking training, and I actually did some formal speaking training to buy myself about 30 seconds so I can think about what I need to talk about, and then used a process to deliver a piece of information. And I was so energized, I walked on air for the rest of the day.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So,
wow.
But from initially being afraid,
right,
so afraid that your body had a reaction. I mean, that is, to me, that's one of my biggest achievements.
Right.
I mean, people say, oh, wasn't when you learn how to dive? I'm like, well, actually, no. That is a lot harder than learning how to dive.
That is amazing. I think we'll hear tomorrow, like I'm going to teach people how to talk about their story, right? And that it just, you have to decide how much you want to share, right? And how much you want to be able to reveal to people. But
you want me to share more than that?
No. I'm saying, yeah, right. I mean, so my point is that they'll really be able to connect with you on a different level and understand that how far you've come, for sure. And it's really cool. I think it's amazing you're even willing to share that, right? It's a great story.
Well, it's something I'm proud of now, and it was a learning process. And looking around, I've seen lots of people who have, I don't know if their body was that violent with them, but they've had very similar problems, and it kept them from doing something they really wanted. It kept them from a passion. And it could have kept me from my passion of becoming a scuba diving instructor and all the experience along with it. Had I caved and not done that, my life would have been dramatically different.
Right. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing.
So to answer the other question, yes, I do have a program I'm working on. It should be finished sometime next week. It's an online program with, getting into public speaking, and I'm coupling it with, it's you work at your own pace online, but I'm coupling it with one-on-one coaching after each module.
Awesome.
A quick thought, Robin. So thinking about what Larry was saying, I've done many speeches in front of hundreds of people, and it doesn't bother me at all. And so this format, being on Zoom, doesn't bother me either. Do you think, though, that might be a barrier to someone taking a program if that's how you plan on delivering it?
I believe it would be.
Well, it would be, but at the same time, like in my case, I will teach you to do what you're comfortable with. Maybe you just do a podcast. Maybe you do a written program. Maybe it's a PowerPoint with slides. So I want people to do what they're comfortable with.
No, but I meant for people to want to take your program if that's the delivery you're using is Zoom, because that's what I'm planning on doing.
So you mean like that you wouldn't want to participate because you don't want to get on Zoom?
That maybe a potential purchaser would not purchase because I'm doing it on Zoom, and therefore they're visible.
That exposes them. So, well, you can always let them know. I mean, if that's a conversation they would tell you. I haven't run into anybody who isn't willing to jump on a Zoom call.
Okay.
Obviously, not everyone's getting on this call that signed up for the program, but hopefully they're watching it on replay. But I would say that for Anna we can't see her right now, and although we know she's beautiful, and you should show yourself. You should show your face, Anna. And
Tomorrow.
okay. And Shahid, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's the iPad guy, so you don't have to necessarily show up this way. But I think in order to really grow and expand, and the way that life is working now online, it is something that they need to do. I don't know if they're truly motivated to do what they want to do. I don't know if Zoom would be a reason why they wouldn't.
Okay.
Like I said, they don't have to get on and show their face. They can just listen.
Yeah, this is Anna. I am working with a coach currently, and he does his training using Zoom. But even though some of the people may be shy, they come on the sessions, because the sessions are not made public. It's only those who are in that little group of training who get to see even the replays. So it's not really a big deal, but that's one of the things that I'm planning to do with my group, to offer like challenges where people get to do like a 2-minute video or something to get themselves familiar, because a lot of it doesn't necessarily have to do with the fact that they're going to be public, as much as with the fact that they don't really know what to say, and that helps. Like I was not paying attention to the names, even though everything is so exciting, but the last guy who told us that exciting story, what he said later on is that he was actually given a little bit of training, at least in public speaking, and it helps. So I think that sometimes if we do like maybe a little challenge for the people in our group, give them a little exposure, that helps as well.
Okay.
100%. You just kind of have to learn your audience, right? You have to learn who's in there, and there might be just a handful or one or two that need help with public speaking or being in a situation like this. And that's something you can work with them on one-on-one. That's kind of where, in order to get them into your program, you're probably going to have that conversation before they come into your program. You're going to know that that's one of their hesitations. So
I know also that some people don't want to. They just flat out won't. Well, because I'm going to be marketing this. So, I mean, I don't want those people. If they don't want to, then they shouldn't.
Right. Then they go do something
But I
else,
actually met somebody yesterday who needs a lot of help, and he wants the help because he wants to get past it. And he calls himself an introvert, but he's not a true introvert. He just thinks he is. He's just a little quieter than you are, Robin, or maybe I am. I mean, your energy is fantastic, and I've had to contain myself so that I don't follow you, because I can be off the walls crazy.
We can be jumping up and down together.
Right. When I taught English in Japan, I stood on top of a desk in front of 4 students because they weren't cooperating, and sang Gilligan's Island to them. But it was a threat. I mean, I almost got fired. It was a threat because they wouldn't participate in the training exercises. And it's their company that sent them there, or paying hundreds of dollars an hour for me to teach them. And so I said, if you don't participate and do as I asked, I'm going to stand on this table. And it was like a sea of chest high partitions with about 100 students in a big room. I'm going to stand on this table. I'm going to dance for you and sing Gilligan's Island. And they didn't believe me.
And you did it.
Absolutely, I did it. I don't say things like that if I'm not going to follow through. And I knew all the words to Gilligan's Island at the time. But you know what? And I almost got fired. But you know what? Every other day after that, I was the only instructor they wanted to have, and they participated fully. I thought I'd scare them away. The school thought they were going to quit. They didn't quit. And when they came, because they get to choose their instructors. And so they always chose me because I was energetic. They call me Genki-san.
That's fun. That's fun. All right. Well, let's wrap this up, because I know people are paying attention, or I don't want people not to watch this because it's over an hour and 30 minutes. We might scare them off on the replays. But I appreciate you guys sticking around. This has been really, really fun. And hopefully you're all learning what you need to learn this week. And I'm excited for the next day. Tomorrow is going to be fun. Tomorrow's a
Okay.
interesting day. All right. Thanks, you guys.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Thanks for sticking around if you're still here. That was a long day. It was great. It was fun. Hope you enjoyed yourself.